All right, so I'm gonna bring you back on. I'm not sure who was the last person on, so I'm gonna bring you back on right now. Billy. All right, guys. So again, this is Matt Garland, NMLS number 58700, but better known as MG, the mortgage guy. So this is part two. Part two. So yeah, so this is part two. So let's see what happens. Billy, I'm gonna try to bring you on right now. Billy, what's going on, man? Billy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good, man. Good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hey, I got a question for you. I'm trying to get a USDA loan, and I'm self-employed. I got a janitorial account. I'm working with what you call a mortgage lady, and she give me the runaround. She's saying like I can't move from out of state and still run my business here, without proof. Like she want me to send my contracts for 2020. I'm like, should I be trying to get a different loan or what should I'm just confused,
Well, look, man, it has to be primary residence. So anytime
I'm planning on move there. Yeah, I'm planning on move there.
I mean, it could just be that underwriting.
Okay.
That's saying it like that.
Yeah,
but
that's what she's saying.
I would definitely look at another lender. Where are you located?
I'm in Texas, and I'm planning on moving to Oklahoma. And the property is probably like 130 max, probably like even 110. The properties we're looking at.
Okay. All right. So look. So with that, I would probably say look for another local lender that specializes in USDA. I don't specialize in USDA, so I really can't help you too much with that. But I would say look for another local lender and see what their opinion is.
Okay. Will FHA be better? I'm still sending you my info and see what you say. It might be something better. Like I said, I had no clue what route to go. I'm just trying to get, a place in the country and throw up a metal building. I just heard you talking about if can I classify that as commercial for FHA? I plan on running a business out of it,
I mean, if it's a zoned mixed use property, then you should be able to do.
What about rural property? Does that count? I don't know how rural. Everything is out in the country.
I mean, you're better off with USDA for something like that.
Okay, perfect. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you taking the time to answer that question.
No problem, man. Thank you. I appreciate you checking in today.
All righty.
All right, bro. All right, guys. So look, man, we're having the consultations right now in my Zoom account. So welcome YouTube. Part one, I didn't stream. Part two, I'm streaming it. So again, this is consultations that we're having. This is group consultations. I had about 7 callers in part one, which was great questions. So that's why I decided to just go ahead and stream this now, because these questions are something great that everyone can learn from. So Abigail, I'm bringing you on right now. Let me unmute you. Abigail, how are you? Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you're a little bit muffled.
I don't know how to work my computer.
Oh man, yeah, I can't hear you good, or I can't see you. All right, try to fix it and come back on.
Okay.
All right. All right, so let me come. All right, who's that? All right, hold on. We got life now. We got life. Abigail, we got life. I was about to get you out of here.
This has been so eventful.
Okay. Well, you on part one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so mad it got cut off. My apologies.
This is good for the quarantine.
I love it. I'm glad you're getting value out of this.
Okay.
So talk to me. Where are you from?
Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Talk to me. Wisconsin in the house.
Yeah. Okay, so my question is, what is the strategy to purchase real estate when you're low income? I have a 2-part question because I want to know a strategy, to purchase a property with a low income, with a substantial savings, as well as am I able to combine programs? Like if I purchase the city-owned property, can I combine that with another program like a FHA 203K loan?
It's possible. It just all depends on the program. So whatever program that you're going to get assistance from, you have to check their internal guidelines to see if they are compatible with like a program like 203K. Some of them allow rehab, some of them don't. So you just want to read the fine print on that.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, you should be good.
And then do you have a strategy for someone with a low income that has a substantial savings?
My strategy is not probably more so of strategy, but just more so of just advice. Just don't bite off more than you can chew. If you even, reserves can go away quick. So you don't want to bite off more than you can chew because you have low income. My strategy for someone with low income is how do you get out of that low income category and make more income? So that there's really no home buying strategy behind it. Is your debt to income ratio is what any lender is going to look at to see exactly what you can get approved for, but you also want to make sure you can afford it.
Right. And so right now, like I have no debt.
I mean, so you sound like you're in a good position, but I will have to review, and then we can probably go a little bit deeper into your situation. But that will be the things that when we have a private conversation is kind of what I would want to spark our conversation around. It's like, how can we get you to make more money? What is there out there for you to do to increase revenue? Do you go multifamily so that way you can, since you have a lot of cash, does it make sense to go multifamily so you can get cash flow? That's income too.
Right, and partner like with the program, like a city-owned foreclosure and say like a FHA 203K loan.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
That's what my strategy was to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but
That
we
works.
can talk about it more in depth through the link.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you do is just go to my Instagram bio, click the link in that bio, and then just hit the apply now. Complete the form, and then just check your email for instructions.
I don't have social media.
Okay, so Abigail, so the email, the email you receive as confirmation.
Yeah.
For the Zoom.
Yeah.
So just email me,
I
and
like
just
that
tell me in the subject, I'm Abigail with no social media.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Abigail, I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Shout out to Abigail. All right. Let's see, Roger Perez. Let's see if we can get you back on. We had a good thing going in Zoom till my battery died. So let's see, Roger Perez.
Hey,
Roger,
Matt, can you hear me?
What's up, Roger? How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm alive and blessed. I can't complain.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Where are you calling from?
From Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the house.
Yeah.
So talk to me. What you got going on?
Okay, so me and my girlfriend are looking at buying properties in Newark, New Jersey, or East Orange, just Jersey in general. We're not married, so basically, right now. Jose's working on my credit. She's at about 770 credit, makes about 50,000 a year. One, I was curious with how much do you think range-wise should we be looking at, like, for price of what we could get approved for, or what she can get approved for?
What was her income again?
50,000.
And you're looking where at again?
New Jersey, Newark, East Orange, around there. And we're looking. I would like a multifamily.
Yeah, so you can definitely get a multifamily in those areas, probably for around 3 to 450. You can use rental income to help you qualify as well. So it's definitely a situation where, I would say let's get you pre-approved. So that way we can really get into deep detail about what can really be done. But from what you're telling me on the surface, sounds like something can be done.
Now, she just recently purchased a vehicle. Her payments are about $285 a month. She's thinking about paying it off within the next 3 months because she'll have the cash for it. What is your opinion on that? Should she keep the cash for the house or should she pay it off the car?
How much is the car?
280 total?
Yeah, what's the balance?
11,000.
And the monthly payment is how much?
285.
I mean, depending on how much cash, I mean, I would really need to look at it, but I'm always a fan of not paying off debt to buy real estate. I'd rather you use the money to buy. But I can't really answer that question, whether she should do it or give a real good opinion on it until I see her whole situation, her whole financial picture. There are cases where it does make sense to pay the debt off to buy. But it's subjective to the person.
Okay. And so let's say we get in contact with you. About how long is the approval process?
So if you want to get pre-approved right now, it could take 2 days for me and my team right now because of the amount of applications we have, we getting slammed, which is great. So it's taking us a little bit longer just to be full transparent for me to get someone pre-approved right now. But we're still getting them in, we're getting them done, and the pre-approval is good for 4 months.
Okay.
So if you want to get pre-approved, definitely want to make sure that you want to execute on your transaction within that time frame. So that way you don't have to pull your credit again.
Yeah, and when it comes to a 4-family, you think that regular FHA is the best way to start instead of a 203K? Is it harder to get approved for a 203K?
I'm not going to say it's harder. It's the same credit criteria for a FHA loan, a regular FHA loan versus the FHA 203K. The only difference is the contractor piece. And now the home has to be worth on an ARV, whatever you're putting into it.
Okay.
So I don't think it's hard. It's just a couple more moving pieces. I'm an experienced 203K loan officer. I've closed hundreds of them in my career. So for me, the process is not difficult.
Okay. Now, what we're planning to do is basically her apply for her by herself, and then once Jose is done with my credit and everything is up to par within like a year and a half, I want to use another FHA loan and buy another property. I'm pretty sure you said before that's you like that strategy, correct?
Of course, I like that strategy, but I want to tell everyone this. You have to, all strategies, you have to adapt to the new world we're in, right? We're going through a pandemic right now. Government is bailing out the world, you know what I'm saying? And all strategies are subject to change because we don't know how this market is really going to look like in a month or so. So when you're purchasing property right now, what I'm trying to encourage people, if you're not ready to buy, fine, you're not ready. But for those who are ready to buy, I'm encouraging you to buy undervalued property more than ever. Be smart, have reserves, don't be house rich and cash poor. Even if you are getting assistance from sellers concessions, gifts, grants, whatever it is, you still want to have reserves and just make very, very sound business decisions. Do not be emotional in this time when going out to buy as a first-time home buyer.
Okay. So basically you would recommend someone applying when they're ready to buy within the next 4 months, correct?
Absolutely. And you got to make sure you have financial security on your end too. Make sure your job is secure. So if your job is secure, you're semi-recession proof. We have certain industries, trucking, healthcare, things like that are pretty much recession proof, especially because you have a health pandemic that's causing all of this. So make sure your job's secure, number one. Make sure you have capital, reserves. Make sure you're financially, mentally ready to go and purchase real estate.
Okay. That's pretty much it for me, to be honest. That kind of wraps up everything and answers everything that I need to know. So, just one more thing. So, just to confirm, so you want about 8.5 to close, 8.5% to close, and then 3 months of reserves.
Yeah, so you got to think down payment is typically 3.5. Closing costs can be 5%. And then you want to have at least 3 months of reserves, which can be 3 months of mortgage payments. And
Okay.
that's in your reserves. Look, the guidelines state for only multifamilies with FHA, 3 and 4 family multifamilies, that you need 3 months of reserves. 1 and 2 families do not require reserves for FHA. I'm just telling you guys that you should have now more than ever. You need to make sure you have reserves, whether it's liquid in your bank account, whether it's sitting in some sort of retirement account. You need to be able to access your cushion.
Okay, and it's 75% of the rental income that's used to qualify, that used it as.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so yeah, I'll be reaching out soon. Definitely.
All right, man. So link in my Instagram bio when you're ready to rock and roll. And just let me know if you have any questions, man. I'm here to help.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Matt.
All right, thank you. Group consultations. I'm loving this group consultation format. Shout out to everybody that's on YouTube right now. Make sure you hit that like button. This is the group consultations that I'm doing right now. This is part 2, actually. I started at 1 o'clock, and it was only for my folks in Zoom. We had about 100 people on the Zoom call. And then in the middle of it, probably 45, 50 minutes into it, my battery on my laptop died. So I decided on part 2, I would just Zoom it because we lost about, now we only have around 40, 50 people in the Zoom. So we lost about half because of that. So I said, you know what, let me just put this back. Let me stream this on YouTube. So shout out to everyone who's on YouTube, EYLuniversity.com. We have a special 149 to become a minion on an annual basis. This was a good format for it. So we're going to bring on someone else who wants to ask me questions. So like I said, this is group consultations. This is no presentation. This is just you come on, we talk about your scenario, and we'll see exactly if you're ready to go to the next level or not.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Matt?
Good, man. Good, man. Where you from?
Man, I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Oh, man, from Louisiana. What's going on down there? It's hot. It's probably hot as hell down there, right?
Yeah, hell ain't this hot, man.
He said, hell ain't this hot. Okay. So talk to me,
man.
boss. What you got going on out there?
Oh man, brother, I gotta my eyes on this property I want to get real bad. It's I've been doing research from watching your videos and keeping up with your content, and it looked like it could be a home run. A lot of people sleeping on it because it's been available for like six to maybe even 8 months.
Okay.
It could be turned into a multifamily.
Okay.
It's a 4,000 square foot property. I want to break it down into 4 1,000 square feet, and I want to live in one section of it, and rent the other place out. Okay. So my question to you would be, I'm 37 years old, man. For 20 years, I haven't even used credit. Like I've been staying away from it from when I was fresh out of high school. I got a credit card, ran the bill up, and messed my credit up, and I haven't used it until January this year.
Okay.
I got a credit card, and I've been trying to build my credit with that. So, and I've been paying it off every month. I looked at my credit last week, and it was 717. I said, "Wow, I didn't know it could go up that quick."
Okay.
So my question to you would be, how long would I have to wait in order to get the ball rolling? Because I want to jump on this particular property that I got my eyes on. How long?
I mean, look, it sounds like you're ready to go. So you have your job, right? You look like you're at work
I'm
right
at work
now.
right now. I'm at work
Yeah.
right now.
So you at work right now. You have money saved, right?
Yeah.
You have your credit score.
Right.
Now it's time for you to get pre-approved.
Okay. Okay.
How
well,
long? When do you want to close on something?
I want to do it by the end of the summer. I really want to do it as soon as possible. Like I even talked to, like, I have an aunt that's a realtor. I talked to her about it last week, and I haven't even hired her yet. Like I just want to, because I've been still doing my research and finding out like all of the steps to do a 203K. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I'm
Okay.
trying to do it. And I think we might have a differences of opinion on how it should be done. Like she have a few people that she wants to get involved and stuff, but I just want to go with which one makes the most sense, you know. So and I really did want to reach out to you and see about getting pre-approved through your company since you so experienced with 203K, and that's important to me to get some to try to get the loan through somebody that's experienced with this whole process instead of just a company that's not used to doing 203Ks. And
Yeah, no, definitely. I can
that's what I
definitely
really wanted to know.
I can definitely help you out with that. Only thing I gotta do is and you follow me on Instagram, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, so just go to my Instagram bio, click the link, hit apply now whenever you're ready to go. If you're looking to get something by the end of summer, you probably want to start getting pre-approved in May.
Okay.
And so that way you have up until end of September, October, for your pre-approval to be good and active, and just go out there, hit the market, and execute, buy something.
Okay. Okay. All right then, man. I appreciate it. That's all I had. I just really want to see if with such a short credit history, would I be able to get approved for a loan?
Yeah, it's definitely possible. You know, again, the only way to really know is to submit the information to myself or to another lender, so that way they can
Okay.
go through the process. You know, you got
Right.
to go through the pre-underwrite.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to make sure I wasn't wasting my time even just trying to get a loan, or if I had to wait like another year or two before I have enough credit
Nah, you're
history
not.
in order
Nah,
to be able to do it.
nah, you're not wasting your time at all. It's better
Okay.
to know than not
Okay.
to know, man. You need the plan. So go ahead. Let's get it done.
All right, man. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, bro. Stay up, man. I appreciate you.
All right, bro. Later.
All right. All right. So Irene, I'm coming for you right now, since you got cut off, Irene, when we were on part one. So where are you, Irene? All right, Irene. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Sorry, we got cut off at the end of part one.
Yeah. So
All
you
right, so
was in the
talk to me.
process of telling me about the line of credit versus getting a mortgage on this owner financed home that I just got into like 2 months ago. Because I want to get some money out of it to actually purchase another property. And I'm also a first time home buyer also. And the reason why I did this owner finance, because I have so many issues with my debt to income ratio when I go to try to get a mortgage. I have these student loans that I just can't seem to get off my credit. None are
Mm-hmm.
in default. I defer all the time, but those student loans, everybody's telling me, oh, you can get those off. It doesn't relinquish the debt, but you can get it off. Anyway, that's why I own a finance. Now, as far as getting a line of credit to get money out of this property, which I paid 80K for, well, I put 20K down and already put 10K in the house. It's worth 151. So you were saying it's best that I get a line of credit as opposed to
Yeah, so
mortgaging it.
so the line of credit was when I thought that because you said you paid cash. So I missed the part of what you were saying with seller finance. So
Uh-huh.
if it's two options, you're either gonna do a cash out refinance or you're gonna do a line of credit. The line of credit, what I was telling
Uh-huh.
you is you only pay interest on the money you're using. So if initially you pay off the 60K to the seller and you don't use that line of credit for
Uh-huh.
2 months or 3 months, you're not paying the money on the full amount. You're only paying it on the 60K.
Okay.
Instead of you paying it
Gotcha.
because the total line you'll be able to take out will be up to 130,000. So instead of you paying,
Okay.
you're not going to be paying on the full 130. You're only going to pay on the 60. Now, if you do a cash
Right.
out
Okay.
refinance, if you do a cash
Mm-hmm.
out refinance and you take out a new loan for 130, you're paying interest and paying that monies back immediately. Even if you don't use your 70K right away to invest, you're still paying that money back.
Mm-hmm. And isn't the interest rate on a line of credit higher than on a mortgage?
Correct.
Okay. Usually about how much higher?
It all varies depending on the lenders that offer the home equity line of credits,
Okay.
but with typically most of them will have like a teaser rate for like the first six payments of like in the mid threes right
Uh-huh.
now. Then it could go back up to high fours, low fives. But for line of credits, I always try to recommend because where are you located, Irene?
South Carolina.
South Carolina, that's right. So in SC, I would probably say check a local credit union um, in SC and see
Part of
what the
Navy Federal.
so perfect. So I would say go to Navy Federal, see what their terms are for line of credits right now, because typically you'll be able to get a really good deal if you go directly to it.
Okay, so another question. If I decide to do the mortgage, what do you think about the USDA loans?
It's a tool. Every mortgage is a tool. So use
Mm-hmm.
any tool that's available to meet your real estate goals.
Okay. Have you done any of those USDA loans?
I,
They
I,
say they are no money down, I think.
Correct. And 100% financing. I've only probably
Mm-hmm.
done a handful of them in my career. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
typically focus in rural markets. I'm more urban markets.
Okay.
I'm based in New
Gotcha.
York, so my career has been spent doing majority New York loans.
I
Um,
got you.
in 5 boroughs, not upstate. So I'm not an expert
Right.
on loan, so I can't
Okay.
really help you with
Now
that
let
one.
me ask you,
Uh-huh.
okay, how hard would it be for me to get a line of credit? Are they gonna now I'm self-employed and they always want, the 2 years worth of taxes. And of course, with a line of credit, they're also going to look at your debt to uh, income ratio, correct?
Yeah, everything. The main ingredient of any loan is debt to income ratio. So they're going to
Okay,
qualify you like we would do any traditional, conventional USDA, VA, FHA loan. It's the same credit
gotcha,
underwrite. So it's based off of your net
gotcha.
income.
Okay. And also those 2 years worth of tax returns. Now,
Absolutely.
my other option, if it didn't go right with me, because I own this house with my stepdad,
Okay.
who's on a fixed income, Social Security, and he has a pension. And I was gonna like, if it didn't work for me, I was gonna do everything with him, put everything in his name. Um, Now, because he's an elderly guy on a fixed income, Social Security, and a pension, uh, I just joined him up with Navy Federal also. What are the guidelines? They're not going to look for, are they going to look for 2 years worth of income on him or?
Yeah, well, anybody who's on a loan, we're looking at the same thing. We need to see 2 years of income. Whether they retire, if they
Okay,
retired, then we need Social Security and pension income. If they don't have
got you.
income, then you're probably better off not including them on the loan.
No, he got the income, but it's just more of a problem for me. I figured it'd be easier for him than with me with that whole them student loans. I got good credit. My credit's like a 750. I have a bunch of other credit, about 100,000 in credit cards,
Okay.
but it's that income to debt to income ratio that always stops me. So
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
DTI you know, DTI, DTI, DTI. That's the main ingredient. So,
Yeah, it's killing me.
yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate your input and your expertise on this. Thank you so much. All right. I think that's it.
No problem. Thank you, Irene. I appreciate you.
All righty. Thanks.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
one.
And I'll be
Bye.
following you.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Irene. All right. Cassie. Coming for you, Cassie. Cassie.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. How are you, Cassie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alive and blessed. How about yourself?
I am the same. I do not have the coronavirus and I am home because I'm a teacher and we are out until May 15th.
Where you located?
Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Fayetteville, the furniture capital of the world.
Where
I
all
love
the
it.
best people are from, didn't you know?
Yeah, I love the South. Shout out to everybody in the Carolinas. So talk to me, Cassie.
Okay, so right now I'm renting, and
Mhm.
because I'm a teacher, I only make like $30,000. I also coach, so it's another $5,000-6,000 about each year. I have a bunch of student loans, like $100,000 in student loans. My credit is better. I put away about $500 or $600 each month. Yeah, and I want to buy a house so bad. Now, my dad owns a few rentals.
Okay.
The long-term goal right now, I just want to stop renting.
Okay. So what are your real estate goals, Cassie?
Long-term or short-term?
Both.
Short-term, I've been looking into wholesaling. I've been looking into flipping. Long-term, own a bunch of doors, not so much of an apartment building itself, but rentals, eventually own my own property management company, just all of it.
Okay.
I love it. I love everything about it.
So your first home, you're looking for a multifamily then?
I wouldn't mind a multifamily. The only bad part about it is I won't have enough saved for emergencies. So my first one that I've been looking at is more of foreclosures that maybe
Okay.
need me to put 10 or 20 in it, and then I can turn around and sell it in a year.
And how much are these properties? How much are they selling for?
There's a neighborhood that is out by my parents. I'm in Fayetteville. My parents are about 20-30 minutes outside of Fayetteville.
Okay.
More in the country. I can get a modular home that's been foreclosed on for 18-20,000.
Wow.
It's a lot cheaper out here, I know.
18 to 20. Now, can you rent that out?
If I have to get a loan for that, because I'd probably want a loan to cover whatever it is that I have to put it in. So if I'd have to put 20,000 in it before I can turn around and sell it, then I'm obviously going to live in it while I'm doing the basic things that need to be done. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Makes sense. It makes sense. So how can I help you?
I was talking to a mortgage lady, but because she says my debt to income ratio is so high, I tried last year with another lady. She said my debt to income ratio was too high, and then my credit score wasn't that good, but my credit score's gone up. My Equifax is like 660, but like my TransUnion and my like Experian one, when she ran it, was like 720.
Okay.
Now my student loans are in an income driven repayment plan because I don't make so much money. They want me to pay like $900 each month on it.
Okay.
Starting next month though, I'm gonna put like 25, even though my payments are $0 each month, to help with my credit score and to help kind of balance that all out. I want to start putting like 25-50 bucks maybe back into my student loans, so that maybe that'll help a little bit. But because I'm on $0 a month for it doesn't show up for some reason on my income, my DTI, I mean.
Yeah, because it shows the zero payment, right?
Well, not on my DTI for some reason. It still says it was so high when she ran it back in January.
So, and what was the price you were looking for? How much money were you looking to get pre-approved for back in January?
I didn't give her a price. I just was kind of, what can I get approved for, and go from there and kind of balance out what I can. Because I mean, I don't have to get the $20,000 is for a modular home. I don't necessarily want a modular home, but if that's what I get approved for, then that's what I get approved for. My dad's done a few modular homes, so I know my way like in and out of them a little bit more. So,
well, if you're looking for modular homes, that's something I cannot help you with. I have no experience with that. I do have a couple local loan officers in North Carolina that I can refer to you that may have more experience, and these are good guys. They know what they're doing. So I can probably refer you to someone down there that may be familiar more with the landscape of modular homes. And see if they can help you. It's always good to get a second opinion, but if she's telling you DTI, I don't want to give you false hope. Also, it could be the same thing that someone else is going to tell you, but at least the people I refer you to, they'll tell you exactly what you have to do to put yourself in position to purchase.
okay, that makes sense. I sent her she needed like clarification of why it wasn't showing up. So I had sent her the paper recently saying I had just got approved for $0 a month for my my income driven repayment plan. So maybe that's all she needed. She hasn't gotten back to me. So
Okay. Well, look, shoot me a DM, Cassie. You're on my Instagram, right?
mm-hmm.
Shoot me a DM when we get off this, and then so that way, just tell me it was you, and then that way I'll connect the dots on today, so that way we can get you some help.
Sounds good. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Cassie. I appreciate you.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
You too.
Shout out to Cassie from NC. We got a special place in my heart for North Carolina. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. YouTube, make sure y'all hit that like button. All right. Yeah, she did say Fayetteville. Damn, no super chat available for me. I gotta see what's going on with my super chat. All right, so for those just checking in, this is the home buyers, the first time home buyer group consultation. So if you're not on my Instagram, if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, you need to be on my Instagram page as well, MG the Mortgage Guy. I'm going to be hosting these group consultations at least once a week. Alicia.
Hi.
How are you, Alicia?
Great. How are you?
I'm alive and blessed. I can't complain.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much for taking all these questions. I really appreciate it. I know everybody else does.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Where are you from?
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. So
yo, we got RTP in the building. We got the damn furniture capital of the world in the building. NC coming.
Yeah, for
NC
sure.
pulling up.
For sure. I was listening to Cassie and I was like, yeah, girl, I understand. I'm in nonprofit. So we balling on a budget over here.
Look, we all balling on a budget right now.
Right.
Word up. So talk to us, Alicia.
Okay. Well, so I actually went from part-time to full-time and wanted to know how many of the full-time paychecks do I need to have before I consider submitting an application.
How long have you been full-time for?
Effective February 1st of this year. I've been with the organization for 2 years, but as a part-time employee.
So you've been with the organization for 2 years, so you should be fine right now. So
Okay.
you're full-time, you can show the increase in pay. So you should be good right now.
Okay. Well, that takes care of the income, I think. When you're looking like the whole profile, I know you also want to look at the bank statements. So what exactly are you looking for when you're combing through the bank statements? Because I was thinking maybe I should open up a new checking account so it could be a little bit cleaner now that I'm on a budget and I make more money and I'm very responsible now as an adult.
Well,
Or
I think you should always, have a separate account for your savings for your properties.
okay,
So that way you're not commingling your funds.
okay,
So I think that's very important to do something like that,
okay.
and,
All
and you
right.
and you can't go wrong.
Okay, good. I just opened a Navy Federal checking and savings account. So I was going to get my direct deposit transferred over to that.
Hmm.
So when it comes to the credit, do you recommend clients or potential clients work with like a credit counselor or a credit specialist? I think in my situation, I don't have a lot of like active collections going on. I just want to know the quickest way to up my score.
What's your score right now?
It's probably mid fives, to be honest. Credit Karma says it's at 6, so I'm deducting 30, 40 points,
For the
for the real,
hardcore.
right.
Yeah.
So what's like the
Smart.
quickest way I could do? I'm trying the quickest way I could do that credit jump. I have credit cards that are paid on time. I have student loans that are in the income driven repayment. And I've been in that for a year. So they've been reporting on time for a year,
Hmm.
even though they're at 0, but it still says reports on time. So everything looks great, except my score isn't rising.
So look, there's two people that I refer for credit. It's either
Okay.
Y2K Credit Solutions or the Credit Dude. That's both of the Instagrams. At the Credit Dude, at Y2K_Credit Solutions. Um, those are the two companies that I refer that you guys can use. You can call them, DM them
Okay.
on Instagram, hear what they have to say. They are the credit experts. Um, but again, you need a 580 minimum credit score for FHA, 620 for conventional.
Okay.
Um, obviously, once you get over that 600, once you get over 620 with FHA, you can start getting a better interest rate. Obviously, below 620 to 580, the interest rate won't be the best in the world, but you'll still be able to
Right.
execute. So I would say, yeah, I will holler at them and see how they could help you with the
Okay.
credit. But then besides that, so if your credit was 660 right now, would you be ready to purchase a home right now?
No, because of the down payment. Just listening to you talk about um, down payment and seller concessions, which in my market is it might be changing, and that was kind of another question I had. Previously, there were hardly any seller concessions. I mean, homes were selling within hours. So I was thinking maybe going a little further out from Raleigh into the country, Wendell, Nightdale, something like that.
Nightdale.
Yeah, maybe not anymore. Nightdale is like they're not even on the USDA maps anymore, but for the most part. So I'm still saving, but between the increase, the income increase, now I'm able to get my 401k going because I'm full time, and my refund, I'll have probably close to 7. Now, how long should I let that, like, should I kind of periodically be putting money in there, or should I just put it all in there and just let it sit for a couple of months? Because I'm not ready now anyway. I was hoping to do it by the end of the year. Just kind of, historically, the last quarter purchases, you might have a better advantage as a buyer because people who are selling during that time really need to sell. So I was
Okay.
hoping to kind of leverage that. but I'm thinking I would have close to 7, by the time I get my refund and all of that stuff going.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
look, if your time frame now is the end of the year,
right.
and definitely do what you have to do to keep saving
Okay.
and learning.
Yes.
Learn about the markets, keep staying up to date with the market data. Keep learning about the changes that's going to be happening in the mortgage programs because there will be
Okay.
changes coming up. It always happens after situations like this, recessions and potential depressions.
Okay.
Just put yourself in a position by the end of the year that you're ready to execute on your real estate goals.
Okay. And last question.
Mhm.
I was an active agent in a past life. I was thinking about reactivating my license for the purpose of purchasing my first home, just so I could get the commission and, kind of use that if I need it. But also moving forward, because I do want to invest in properties, is there an advantage for me to keep it active? Because I'm sure, as you know, it's very expensive. So if you're not actively getting deals, you're still having to pay for the license for CEs and things like that, access to the MLS. So I was wondering, just, should I do that just to take advantage of the commission to have some money after closing,
Hell
and keep
yeah.
it up?
Look, man.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Look, you just said, you just sat here and just told us all that you need more money, you need to save more, you're trying to buy real estate. You better get out here and hustle some homes. If you got a license, and this is for everybody.
Right.
Right now, you have to bring in income.
You're right. Right.
We're coming up on times that are going to be very lean for a lot of people. And
Yeah.
whatever anyone was doing pre-corona, you can't be going through corona or post-corona that
Right.
same way. You
Right.
have to increase. Right now it's time for massive action, massive imperfect action. Do everything that you can to bring in the dollar.
Okay. Yeah. I
Don't.
mean, the reason I got out of real estate was because one of the major reasons was because the expenses, versus how many clients I was getting. So now, at least with my now that I have a pay increase, I think I can kind of manage a little bit better. I'm not so worried about paying the $150 MLS fee every quarter now so much as I was when I was only making, only bringing home like $600 every 2 weeks. So,
Mhm.
okay. Well, that sounds great. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Shout out to Alicia. North Carolina in here heavy. All right, Juan, I'm coming for you. What time is it? I'm about to cancel this in a few. Okay. Let me see if I can get Juan on. Trying to get Juan on right now. Juan, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
What's good, Juan? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm alive and blessed. I can't complain. How about yourself?
Yeah.
Where you from?
Good. I'm from Reading, Pennsylvania.
From Reading, Pennsylvania. All right, talk to me, Juan. What's your question?
Well, I've been researching on real estate since last year, and I started wholesaling. I actually closed one deal last year. About 5 deals fell through, but I closed
Okay.
one. And but for this year, my goal is to buy a multi-unit property with a 203K loan. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to qualify for that because my credit is going up, but my savings are not the greatest. And you mentioned multiple times that you should have at least 3 months of for emergencies or whatever come up. So my question is, should I switch my strategy and buy a single family first? Because anyways, I'm renting right now, so anyways, have to buy something soon. So I have,
I don't think you should switch your strategy in terms of the property type. I think you got to pay attention to the market where you're looking to purchase this property. And if the market doesn't warrant for, you holding a two-family or three-family, if the job market is not that good in that area, maybe you look at something different. But you just gotta make a smart decision. But I personally wouldn't go from multifamily to single family. I probably would say stick to multifamily and
okay.
just be very careful on who you rent to.
Yeah,
And
because
that's why I'm pushing reserves heavy right now, because people are going to lose their jobs. So if you're going to buy multifamily property, now more than ever, you need to make sure you can cover that mortgage.
okay. Right. Also, another question that I have is about my 401k. I've been working for like about 7 years in the company I work for, and I'm sorry about the noise. My babies.
Now you good? We all doing daddy daycare.
Yeah. So my 401k, it was decent. It's going down right now really fast, but I was thinking about using my 401k as I mean, I know I can use it for the closing cost, but can I use it for the down payment instead of the closing cost, or how does
Yeah,
that work?
you can use it for down payment, but the reality of it is you won't have that money, because you can't pull the money out of your 401k until you present them with a contract of sale. So you will have to sign a contract first. So essentially you can reimburse yourself back, but you're gonna have to use your money
Okay, okay.
to move forward.
All right. All right, that's what I wanted to know. All right. Thank you very much. I'm gonna apply on Instagram. I applied before, but I never got the call. It was supposed to be 48 to 72 hours, but I guess you guys been really busy, huh?
No problem, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, Juan.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
All right, guys. So we're coming up on another hour. So this consultations were a little bit longer than expected today, but it's all good because part one of this was interrupted when my battery on my laptop died. So I decided to do part two and stream it to YouTube as well, just in case the people who fell off, because we had a full house in Zoom. I was only going to do this for 25 people, but over 150 people registered for this group consultation. And at the height in Zoom, we had about 80 people that was on the Zoom call. So shout out to everyone that's here in the Zoom call. Great questions, a lot of engagement. And shout out to everyone who's watching this on YouTube. Make sure you guys that's watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. I hope you guys got value out of this group consultation. I'm going to do more group consultations like that. Obviously, as interest rates are getting lower and lower, people are applying for loans at record paces right now. So it's getting very difficult for me and my team to do consultations all day. But I want to do these group consultations and have them out here on YouTube, and so that way people can go back and watch them. Encourage your family, your friends, your coworkers, if they're looking to buy real estate this year, next year, that they are in tune with this YouTube channel. All right. Again, everybody like this, share this, subscribe if you're not subscribing. If you want to apply for financing, purchase, refinance, click the link in my Instagram bio, hit apply now. Always taking consultations and applications, I should say, not consultations. Sharon, I'm going to bring you on and you are going to finish this up. Hello, Sharon.
Hi, how are you, Matt?
I'm alive and blessed. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm blessed to be here.
Amen. So talk to me.
Yes, so I'm very curious. I have quick questions, and I believe the very last young lady from North Carolina kind of asked a few of my questions, but I just want to make sure I'm understanding correctly. So I
Okay.
definitely want to purchase my first home by like within 6 months of this year. So what I'm thinking is, how should people that are self-employed or people with LLCs, like how should they prepare for a mortgage loan?
Say that again. I'm sorry. Repeat that question.
How should people that are self-employed prepare for a mortgage?
Oh man, good question. Very good question, Sharon. So self-employed, the great thing about being a business owner is that you're able to write off the world.
Right.
But that's the gift of being a self-employed business owner. But the curse is when you want to get conventional financing, because now if you write off the world, let's just say you made $1 million, and if you're only saying after all expenses you made 10 grand, then we're
Right.
only going to use the 10 grand. So
Right.
the way you can get prepared as a self-employed person, you have to just pay taxes. There's really no way around it. You have to make sure, is it worth it for you to pay the taxes to buy that real estate? And in most cases, it's worth it. So
Okay.
you're gonna have to pay the taxes.
And is it the same 2 years of taxes or
How long have you been self-employed for?
um for a little minute, but I haven't started an LLC yet. I'm also in real estate. I have to disclose I'm a licensee, but I'm not like the young lady was saying, like it's a lot to afford if you don't have a lot of active buyers and
So,
sellers.
so with your business, besides your real estate business, so you've been doing it pretty much on the side, and now it's now recently official business.
Yes. Part two to that, as I work for the state. So luckily, thank God, I'm still employed, I'm working, but it's not the top dollar.
Okay, so you got multiple streams.
Yes.
You got your job and you got your two businesses.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, to use any of those side businesses right now, you have to incorporate them. You have to file taxes to use that income. But if you can qualify with just using your job, then you don't need to wait the 2 years. You can just use your W-2 income.
Would I have to do both or could I just do the W-2?
We can just do the W-2.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And apart from high debt to income ratio, student loans, medical bills, like what are the other red flags that you see a lot on the mortgage application?
A lot of the red flags.
Like some common red flags apart from like, high DTI, student loans, medical bills, payoffs, what have you. Like what are the other red flags that are common, but they don't really tell us?
I mean, the biggest thing is cash, right? People have mattress money. So a lot of people will say, I got 50,000, but they'll never say 40 of that is in their mattress. You know what I'm saying? And then it comes like, how do we use that money? Like we can't. So, making cash deposits, I think something that people have to pay attention to.
Like from your own making cash deposits or from somebody else's account?
So like, let's just say one of your businesses, you get a cash business. So now let's just say if you don't do the right thing and put it in your account immediately, then now you just stack it in your shoebox. And then now you save up 10 grand. Now you want to deposit that and you're planning on using that for the transaction. Now we can't document that cash. Where did it come from? So we don't know. It's hard to document cash. So anytime you have large deposits in your bank account, a lender is going to inquire, what is this deposit?
Okay.
And if you were planning, as the buyer, if you were planning on using that money for the real estate transaction, then you probably, and if you can't document it, then you won't be able to use it.
Okay. Okay. And then I'm currently renting. So I have history, but in terms of like late payments and all that stuff, like how does that affect the approval of getting a mortgage?
Do you have late payments in the last 12 months?
From rent, yeah.
I mean, if they report, when we do a verification of rent, if they report in that you have 30-day lates, then yeah, that can hurt you from getting approved for a loan.
Okay. Okay. And then like, let's say I'm paying everything on time, building reserves, improve my credit score. How soon should I apply to get pre-approved for a mortgage?
Apply when you know you're ready to close within 4 months.
Okay, but
So
like,
if-
let's say I'm actively pursuing to build up a reserve, build up credit score. Like, how soon would that show on the mortgage application that I'm doing well, doing all the right things?
I mean, that's only time will tell that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what a credit is and what you're trying to get accomplished with the credit. So it really depends on the timeline for your credit repair. Because you don't want, if you're doing credit repair, I wouldn't recommend applying at the same time.
Gotcha.
You want to wait until the credit repair is over, then apply. So it just all depends on how long that stuff is going to take.
Okay. I think I have one more question. Let me just check real quick. I know we've been on so long.
All right. So you got any more questions for me?
Actually, I think, sorry, I'm back. Can you see me?
Yeah, I got you.
I believe you answered it and some of the other people had already asked the same question. So I was taking
Awesome.
notes the whole time. So thank you again. Thank you so much.
No problem. I'm happy you got value from this group consultation.
Yes.
And whenever you're ready to apply, just click the link in my bio.
Do you do Florida?
Yes, I'm nationwide.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sharon. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Take care, everybody. Bye.
All right. Have a good one. Shout out to Sharon down in Florida. All right. So look, man, this was a good session. We had 2 parts to the session. Great questions, group consultation. Going to do this again in a couple days. Stay tuned to my Instagram channel. I'll post when I'm going to do it again. But I hope you guys got value out of both sessions. On YouTube, you're only seeing part 2 of this. But again, YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, send it to your family, your coworkers. Anybody wants to apply for financing, link in my Instagram bio, MG the Mortgage Guy. But I hope you guys have a great, great, great day. Be super productive. And that's all I got for you. All right. Stay tuned. Peace.